Scientists used genetic engineering to create a meat alternative that's made of a fungus called Fusarium venenatum, and it might be one of the most promising plant-free options yet. Using a gene editing tool known as CRISPR, researchers managed to tweak this naturally meat-like fungus so that it's easier to digest and much more sustainable to produce, without adding any foreign DNA. The fungus has already been approved for food use in places like the United States, the United Kingdom, and China, mainly because of its convincing texture and flavor. But until now, it had some downsides. It took a lot of resources to grow, and its tough cell walls made the protein inside harder for our bodies to absorb. To fix this, the scientists removed two specific genes from the fungus. One made the cell walls thinner, making the nutrients easier to access, and the other helped reduce the amount of nutrients the fungus needs to grow. The result is a new strain they call FCPD, which grows 88% faster and uses 44% less sugar while producing the same amount of protein. To see the real-world impact, the team tested how much energy and resources it would take to grow this improved fungus at an industrial scale in 6 countries with different energy systems. No matter the country, the improved fungus had a lower environmental footprint than the original strain. In the best case, it cut greenhouse gas emissions by up to 60%, and when compared to chicken farming in China, it required 70% less land and caused 78% less freshwater pollution. While some people may still be unsure about gene-edited foods, the researchers argue that this kind of innovation could be a key part of solving food and climate problems at the same time.
How much meat can you eat without harming the planet? According to a recent study, 255 grams of meat per week is the limit if you want to stay within sustainable boundaries. Researchers from the Technical University of Denmark calculated that even small amounts of red meat, like beef or lamb, exceed what the planet can handle because of high greenhouse gas emissions and land use. They found that diets including small amounts of poultry, pork, fish, eggs, or dairy can still be sustainable as long as the rest of the diet is healthy. Beef, however, cannot be eaten in meaningful quantities without serious environmental damage. Their model, based on more than 100,000 diet variations and environmental factors like CO2 emissions and land use, shows that even 2 chicken breasts a week are close to the sustainable limit. This amount is 6 to 10 times less than what the average United States or European citizen consumed in 2021. Meat production has a huge impact on the planet because it leads to high greenhouse gas emissions, heavy land use, and major water consumption. Animals like cows and sheep release gases like methane and nitrous oxide, which are much more powerful than carbon dioxide at trapping heat. Farming livestock also requires clearing large areas of land, which destroys ecosystems and speeds up climate change. Transporting, processing, and selling meat adds even more emissions, making meat one of the most damaging foods for the environment. Limiting meat consumption, especially red meat, is one of the most effective ways individuals can reduce their environmental impact and help the planet stay within its limits.
When did our ancestors start eating meat, and how did this contribute to our evolution? While our large brains require a significant amount of energy, evidence suggests that a meat-heavy diet likely emerged later in our evolution, possibly with the rise of the Homo genus. Early human ancestors, like Australopithecus, primarily consumed plants, similar to modern chimpanzees. Though chimpanzees occasionally hunt small animals, meat makes up only a tiny fraction of their diet. Early humans, however, differed from chimpanzees in their meat consumption. They targeted larger animals, used tools for processing, often scavenged rather than hunted, and brought meat back to a central location, possibly for sharing. The earliest evidence of meat-eating dates back 3.4 million years, predating the Homo genus, challenging the idea that meat consumption and tool use were unique to Homo. While early humans may have scavenged from carnivore kills, they also competed with them, as evidenced by tooth marks on both human and animal fossils. The shift towards a more meat-centric diet likely occurred gradually, with early humans initially scavenging and later developing hunting strategies to access more nutritious parts of carcasses. The discovery of burned animal remains and tools suggests that cooking, which significantly improves the digestibility and energy extraction from food, may have played a crucial role in brain development. The increase in brain size observed in the fossil record coincides with the earliest evidence of cooking, supporting the theory that cooking, rather than just meat consumption, fueled our cognitive evolution.